You are not broke. Your money just doesn't stay with you. So, this is my title for today, and I'm going to work with you and talk with you upon this. I have prepared my notes and I'm going to talk about it. Okay, so what happens in our life is we earn and we work really hard. But as expenses come, as days go, we end up spending a lot of our income on rent, on different things. And when this expenditure happens, maybe on clothes or maybe on things that we desire or want, we end up saving nothing. And we restart at the end of the next month thinking that, this month we will finally save more. This month we'll finally retain more money. But again, the cycle repeats. The income comes, you spend, it goes into a situation where there is nothing left or very less left. And then you feel uncomfortable, worried, stressed, and this is exactly where we're going to work today. We're going to talk about today. So you keep thinking about more income as a solution. This is what exactly happens. So once you go into a state where there is no money at the end of the month, around the 30th or maybe the 29th, what happens is you start thinking, oh my God, I need to earn more money so as to have more money at the end of the month. This seems to be like a mental solution, but just imagine if you had much more money, would you really still save or would it still continue to, be spent completely? Because this thing is a pattern. The more money we have, the more expenditures we do. Like, for example, if I earn 10,000 rupees a month, my expenditures would be within those 10,000 rupees. The moment I expand to say 30,000 or 40,000, my expenditures will also expand exponentially because our nervous system is trained in that manner. What we think is that, we need this also, we want that also. And thus, what happens is that our expenditures increase, whereas savings continue to be low or zero. So imagine there is a bucket of water, but there are a lot of holes in that bucket. Do you think that bucket will ever get filled completely? Just think. No. The bucket will not get completely filled because it has holes. Until till the time this bucket has its holes, it can never be filled. It can never be full. Thus, you don't need much more water for this bucket. You actually need to shrink the holes or to completely avoid the holes so that you fill them and the bucket gets full. That's how savings also work. What generally happens is when we have income, imagine this is a bucket. When we have income full in this bucket and we have holes like expenditures, those extra shopping, those vouchers, those coupons that we use, and many other things that we, spend endlessly on, our bucket gets empty. But the moment I fill these holes with a saving mindset, what will happen is this bucket will be full. And that's what we're going to work on today. So you actually need to close the leaks versus, actually trying to, bring in more water into this bucket. Now, so every time money comes in, it starts leaving also. Like for example, on the first of the month, you generally get your salary message, and then, slowly rent and many other expenditures start happening. And by the end of the 15th or the 20th, you're almost surviving on 20% of your income, or maybe even lower. Some of you would be on 30 or 40%, but still, you're still worrying about the savings. Now, it's happening because you're not bad with money. It's actually happening because you're not in the habit of saving more money or keeping more money. Now, when we talk about saving more money, it's about, maintaining some kind of, balance for your own self, for contingencies, and even more than that, like that makes you feel cushioned in the times of need. Now, this is why you feel stuck because there are no savings. And there are times you feel tired, exhausted, worried, and even helpless that, no matter how much you earn, you're not able to save, you're not able to retain money, you're not able to hold money. And this actually translates into a problem where you actually cannot accumulate money for any purpose. Now, a lot of people have, the market has those money boxes nowadays. I recently saw this box which has labels 500, 100, 200, 300, And what happens is every day you put in money into that box, or every week you put in money in the box, and by the end of a certain period, you have a lump sum of money accumulated in the box. But how many of us religiously do that? Because it's very difficult, and sometimes even people open that box and use up that money out of desperation or out of need or out of want. But what happens is savings or accumulating money feels unsettling, uncomfortable, sometimes even heavy, sometimes even you know tight in the body. Now, we cannot fix earning money at the moment. We're not going to work on that. We're not going to fix the earning part of money, but definitely we will learn and work on saving more money, holding more money, and retaining more money. I would say I use the words which are very, very, layman, I would say. Retain, hold, save, and, words like that. Now, notice for a moment how holding or keeping more money would feel in the body. So just close your eyes and just imagine you're holding a part of your income, holding a part of your money, and what happens when you actually want to just keep it safe somewhere that only you know and cannot use it for the time. Just notice. Some of you might notice discomfort, some of you might notice a tightness, a heaviness. And that's what we are working on. Yes. This heaviness, this tightness, this discomfort is exactly what we are working on. So let's just tap on this, taking full responsibility for yourself, even though I want to retain money, I want to save money and accumulate money, and I have not been able to do so for such a long time. I still choose to love and accept myself anyway. I just want to save more money for myself, my expenditures, my wants and needs of the future, accumulate more money for my dreams, retain more money for unforeseen expenditures. But at the same time, saving money, holding money, or retaining money feels so uncomfortable. I feel this intense discomfort, and it feels like a heaviness, a deep heaviness. Sometimes it feels so tight and heavy, and I feel so worried. How will I ever be able to do so? How will I ever be able to save money? And the only solution I always think of is expanding my income. But I do realize that expanding the income is not a solution, and it further confuses me because this heaviness and discomfort continues to be. It feels so disturbing and heavy, so restless, so uncomfortable, so heavy. I just cannot save. I get so frustrated that I cannot save. No matter how hard I try, I just keep wondering how will I save more money? I feel so worried and disturbed. Suppose somehow, suppose somehow I could save more money and open one bit, one small bit, 1% to saving more money, holding more money, retaining more money. It would make me feel delighted, so delighted and safe and so happy that I am finally able to do so. So excited that I have changed my pattern, that I have opened up to earning more money and saving more money, that I have earned and saved, which is like an achievement to me that makes me feel so excited and happy, so wonderful about myself. And let's just take a gentle breath in and breathe out. Gently take a breath in with the hand on the heart space and breathe out. That's right. You're doing really well. So, if you feel even a slight shift after this video, what I would like you to go through is the core reset system, of which I speak in the description of this video, the caption of this video. And if you like, and if you're ready for that shift, on if you want to reset your deeper pattern around saving money, holding money, retaining money, or even planning money, you can definitely get in touch with me and we can work on your core reset. That's Jay and Zen. Thank you.